Okay, so now we're going to configure the distribution layer switch. It's a stack of two switches. It's going to participate in forwarding at both layer 2 and layer 3. I'm going to start by the layer 2 configuration, following the same sequence I used for the access layer switches, just modified to for the distribution layer. So again, we have a stack of 2 units without with a clean config on them. Just the stack has been built, and that's it. Let's start by putting in a host name. We're going to call it the Site1 distribution. We're going to configure a username and enable password, or a default super user. I'm going to turn on LLDP as well. And now we're going to configure the VLAN. So what I need to do is I need to just, all the VLANs that we're using at the site that we've also defined on the access layer, we first need to define them on the distribution layer, turn on spanning tree. Also, let's give this distribution layer switch a lower spanning tree priority than the default, so it becomes the root bridge of all your VLAN, of all your spanning trees. The next thing we have to do is just tag the uplink port, or the ports that connect down to the access layer switch in all of the VLANs. That's because layer 2 forwarding will occur between the access layer and distribution layer, and we need all VLANs to make it up to the distribution layer to be routed, and so we tag the ports that connect to the access layer and all the VLANs. Next thing I have to do is build the lags that will connect down to access switches. So I built 2 lags, one that connects to the IDF1 in this school, and another one that would connect to a second IDF. You could repeat the process for as many access switch IDF closets you have in the campus. All right, so we've built the lag, and now we're going to configure spanning tree port parameters. So on the lag port, the primary port of the lag, which is now what I use to configure the lag, I've made it a admin point-to-point link for Rapid Spanning Tree. And on the edge ports that can connect to user devices or end devices, if you're doing that in your distribution layer, we will configure them as Spanning Tree admin edge ports, and we'll turn on Spanning Tree BPDU guard to protect us against loops that are created beyond the access layer. We're going to configure a syslog server, which could very well be a Brocade Network Advisor server that's sitting somewhere in the core. It's a management tool and also can also behave as a syslog server. We're going to turn on SNMP by giving it a community string for read-write access. This will be used by management applications like BNA to allow SNMP management and read-write access, so we can make configuration using BNA. We're going to generate a crypto key for SSH communication. We are going to configure NTP, and we're also going to configure AAA authentication. So last thing I'm doing here is trust DSCP underneath the interface configurations, so we honor DSCP markings at layer 2. And here's the final configuration.